It was a warm summer afternoon when Alex, Ben, and Emma found themselves lounging in the attic of Emma's grandfather's old house. Dust filled the air as they sifted through boxes of forgotten treasures. "I think I found something," Alex called out, holding up an old, weathered map. The paper was fragile, yellowed with age, and covered in strange symbols and markings. "What is it?" Emma asked, stepping closer. "It looks like a treasure map," Alex replied, his eyes wide with excitement. "But I don't recognize this place. It might be from some old pirate story." Ben leaned over to inspect the map. "I've heard of this island. It's said to be lost, hidden away for centuries. It's in the middle of the ocean somewhere." The group stared at the map in awe. The adventure was right in front of them, waiting to be discovered. "We have to go there," Emma said, her voice filled with determination. "We can figure out what this map means and find the treasure." Ben nodded. "Let's do it. But we need to prepare. This isn't going to be easy." The friends gathered around, already thinking about their next steps, unaware of the challenges that lay ahead. But one thing was certain: their journey had already begun. The next few days were filled with excitement and anticipation. The trio met every afternoon to plan their adventure. They spread the map out on the table, tracing its lines with their fingers, trying to make sense of the symbols and clues. "We'll need supplies," Ben said, looking at the map. "Food, water, tools, and we'll need a boat to get there." Alex nodded. "We should also bring a compass. If this place is as remote as it seems, we'll need all the help we can get to stay on course." Emma glanced at the map again. "We don't even know where exactly this island is. We might need to ask someone who knows more about the sea." "Good idea," Ben agreed. "Let's head to the docks and talk to some fishermen. They might know something." They packed their bags with essentials: flashlights, a first aid kit, and extra clothes. Emma double-checked everything, making sure they had enough supplies for what could be a long journey. "I think we're ready," she said, fastening the straps on her backpack. The group gathered at the dock the next morning, excitement buzzing in the air. The fisherman they met was an old man with a thick beard and a weathered face. I know that island," he said, squinting at the map. "But it's dangerous. Many have tried to find it, but few have returned. Be careful." Despite the warnings, the friends were more determined than ever. With the fisherman's advice and a plan in hand, they set off toward the unknown, eager to uncover the secrets the island held. The sun was shining brightly as Alex, Ben, and Emma boarded the small boat, the salty breeze brushing against their faces. They waved goodbye to the docks and slowly drifted into the open water. The island was still far away, a mere dot on the horizon, but the thrill of the journey filled the air. As the boat cut through the waves, Ben pulled out the map again. "If we follow this course, we should reach the island by tomorrow afternoon. But we'll need to keep an eye on the weather." Alex squinted at the vast ocean. "It feels strange, like we're the only ones out here. I wonder how many people have tried to find this place before us." "Too many, I bet," Emma said. "But we're going to be different. We have the map and we're ready." Hours passed, and the ocean stretched endlessly in all directions. The sun began to set, casting an orange glow across the water. They set up camp on the boat, using sleeping bags to rest as the waves rocked them gently. The night was calm, but every creak of the boat seemed louder in the silence. "Tomorrow we'll be closer," Ben whispered, his voice filled with both excitement and nervousness. "Closer to finding the treasure," Alex nodded, his heart racing. They didn't know what awaited them on the island, but they knew one thing for sure. They were ready to face whatever came next. By the time the sun rose, the island was no longer a distant dream. The group was close enough to see the outline of cliffs rising above the shoreline, dark against the early morning sky. Excitement and anticipation were written on their faces as they anchored the boat near a small cove. "Let's go," Emma said, eager to step foot on the land that had been the subject of so many stories. They unloaded their supplies and made their way toward the entrance of a dense jungle that stretched before them. The map seemed to guide them, pointing to a large stone pillar half hidden by vines. As they approached, they noticed strange markings carved into the stone. "This is it," Ben said, his voice filled with awe. "The first clue." Alex ran his fingers over the symbols, trying to make sense of them. "It looks like a riddle. I think the map's instructions are written here." The riddle read, "When the sun sets and the shadows fall, look where the tallest tree stands tall. There you'll find what you seek, a treasure hidden, not for the meek." "It's a riddle," Emma said, reading it aloud. "It's telling us to find the tallest tree, but there's no way to know which one it means." "We'll figure it out," Alex said confidently. "We just need to keep looking." With the riddle in mind, the group ventured deeper into the jungle, determined to find the next clue. As they walked, the tension grew. The island was full of mysteries, and each step brought them closer to the unknown. The jungle seemed endless as the trio trekked through thick foliage, the humid air clinging to their skin. Each step felt like a challenge, and the path ahead grew increasingly difficult to navigate. The riddle was clear. They needed to find the tallest tree, but the dense undergrowth made it hard to see anything more than a few feet ahead. After what felt like hours, Ben stopped and wiped the sweat from his brow. "This is getting tough." The map didn't say anything about this. "We'll get through it," Emma said, brushing aside a large branch. "We just need to stay focused." They pushed forward, but soon they encountered a massive obstacle, a steep cliff face blocking their path. The jungle ended abruptly, and there was no way around it. The cliff towered above them, a daunting barrier standing between them and the rest of the island. "I think this is where the tallest tree is supposed to be," Alex said, pointing up to a towering tree that seemed to grow from the cliff itself. Its trunk was thick and twisted, rising high above the others. Ben studied the cliff. "There's no way we can climb this. We'll have to find another way around." "Wait," Emma said, noticing something near the base of the cliff. "Look at that. There's a narrow ledge. We can use it to climb." With no other option, they decided to try the ledge. It was risky, but it was their only chance to continue. Carefully, one by one, they made their way along the narrow path, each step bringing them closer to the top of the cliff and the tree. After what felt like hours of careful climbing, the group finally reached the top of the cliff. They were exhausted but exhilarated. The towering tree they had been searching for stood before them, its massive trunk supporting a canopy that stretched high above the jungle. But there was no chest of gold, no shiny treasure waiting to be discovered. Instead, they found something unexpected, a weathered stone pedestal, engraved with ancient symbols. Atop it lay a single rolled-up parchment, secured with a leather strap. "This is it," Alex said, breathless. "The treasure." Ben approached the pedestal cautiously. "But where's the gold? I thought this would be more traditional." Emma shrugged, looking at the scroll. "Maybe the treasure isn't what we expected. Sometimes, the greatest rewards come in unexpected forms." She carefully untied the parchment and unrolled it. The writing was faded, but still legible. The message was short but powerful. "The true treasure is the knowledge you gain along the way. The journey, the challenges, the friendships, these are the things that will last. It's not about gold or jewels," Emma said, her voice filled with realization. "The treasure is what we've experienced together." "It's about the journey." Alex and Ben exchanged glances. They had expected something material, but now they understood. The island hadn't been hiding gold. It had been offering them something far more valuable: memories, and growth. As they sat under the tree, reflecting on the riddle and the treasure they had found, the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the island. It was a perfect ending to an unexpected adventure. The next morning, after spending a quiet night under the canopy of the tall tree, the group packed up their things and began their journey back. The island had given them something they hadn't expected, a deeper understanding of the value of experiences, not material possessions. As they made their way back through the jungle, the path seemed less daunting. The challenges they had faced along the way had strengthened their bond. They laughed, reminiscing about the obstacles they had overcome, and the riddle that had started it all. "We didn't find the treasure we thought we would," Ben said. "But I feel like we gained something even better." Emma smiled. "We've learned so much, not just about the island, but about each other and ourselves." By the time they reached the boat, the morning sky had turned a brilliant blue. They sailed back home, the island growing smaller in the distance. As they neared the shore, the three friends sat in silence, each lost in their thoughts. The adventure had come to an end, but its impact would stay with them forever. When they finally reached the dock, Emma turned to Alex and Ben. "I don't think any of us will forget this. It wasn't just a treasure hunt. It was a journey that changed us." The sun was setting as they walked away from the dock, their hearts full. The real treasure wasn't the gold or jewels they had imagined, but the memories, the lessons, and the friendship that had grown stronger through every challenge.